You decided to take this whole calorie counting thing seriously and use MyFitnessPal to make it more accurate, to make it easier and more organized to get predictable results. But you feel a little bit overwhelmed? I know, it can be daunting. I've been there. But trust me, it's so worth it. I'll help you get to know this app by showing you the most important features you'll need. And when it comes to learning something new quickly and effectively, the best approach is to learn by doing. So while I'm showing you all the features, open the app and follow along. First and foremost, we need to set your daily macro and calorie goals. But instead of relying on MyFitnessPal's built-in calorie calculator, I recommend using a separate calorie calculator to determine your specific calorie needs. This will provide a more accurate estimation. Check the description box below, I put a link there for you. After you've done this, go to MyFitnessPal and tap on More at the bottom right. Then navigate to Goals and select Calories, Carbs, Protein, and Fat. Set your calorie goal, and as a general guideline, aim for around 25% of calories from fat and around 25% from protein. The remaining calories will come from carbohydrates. As you track your food throughout the day, you want to aim to meet the minimum targets for protein. As for fats, only pay attention to them if you tend to underconsume, which happens really rarely. As for carbohydrates, you can ignore them altogether. We'll look closer at where to find your macros for the day and week in the chapter Weekly Average. When using MyFitnessPal, you will spend a lot of time in the diary tab. This is the most important part because this is where you log all your food. To access the diary tab, simply select it at the bottom of the screen. Once you're there, navigate to the specific meal you're eating and click Add Food. Now use the search bar to find it, or if you have premium and the food has a barcode, use the barcode feature, otherwise just search it in the database. For example, say you're looking for a banana. Look for the green check mark because that means the item is verified for the app and good to go. The same rule applies to popular foods and drinks like Coca-Cola. You can even find chain restaurants like McDonald's. This allows you to log the cheeseburger without knowing the exact ingredients. When using the barcode function, it's essential to double check the calorie and macro information provided by the app. Sometimes the actual food you have in your hands may have different nutritional values than what the app suggests. Okay, so now that we know how to log everything, we now need to get the portions right. And when it comes to tracking your food intake accurately, one important practice is to measure everything in grams and to use a kitchen scale. Simply selecting any chicken breast from the search bar and assuming that every chicken breast weighs the same can lead to inaccuracies in your tracking. If you want to know how to use a food scale for accurate tracking, check out this video. Another important thing to mention is that sometimes you may come across food items that provide measurements in cups, containers, or vague sizes like medium or large instead of grams. While these can occasionally be accurate, most of the time they are not reliable for precise tracking. Let's take an example of searching for an apple. When you search for apple, you'll see numerous results. To make the right choice, tap on the first result and check if it allows you to log the weight in grams. Now weigh your apple and enter the weight as 140 servings. That's an equivalent to 140 grams. And this is the way to accurately log your food. Now when it comes to tracking foods like your grandma's apple pie, you're at your grandma's, you don't have your scale with you, what to do? Definitely not panic. I'll tell you what you can do. Search the database for apple pie and choose the one that has the most calories. Why? Because that way you're on the safe side. And if you don't find the item in MyFitnessPal, which is very uncommon in 2023, look for it on Google or on Calorie King. These resources provide approximate calorie information for common ingredients and recipes. Okay, so now you found the food item, but you still don't know how much it weighs. So in that case, you can either estimate the grams based on the portion, or if you have no idea what 100 grams of apple pie looks like, which you won't if you're just starting out and have never weighed anything in grams, go to caloriefriend.com. Search apple pie and it will show you. You can guess your portion based on the pictures. Then multiply the estimated grams by a factor of 1.2. This slight adjustment accounts for potential underestimations. You can't be 100% perfect all of the time, but you can still make the effort to get pretty darn close. Just because you don't know how to track something, it's not a reason for not doing it. It's an excuse. You most likely will face many obstacles when you're starting out with calorie counting, but you must understand that the sooner you learn how to overcome these obstacles, the sooner you learn it all, and the sooner calorie counting will be a breeze. Really try to keep 80% of your meals predictable. The best way to do it is to cook your meals at home, and then 20% will be unpredictable. One strategy that will definitely ease up your tracking experience is creating meals within the app. Instead of logging each individual ingredient separately, you can assemble them into a cohesive meal. This way, you have a predefined entry for that specific meal, making it quicker and more convenient to log in. To create a meal in MyFitnessPal, go to More, choose Recipes, Meals, and Foods, tap Meals, and from there, select Create a Meal. Name the meal and use the plus sign in the lower right corner to add ingredients. Also, suppose you have the same breakfast for the next few days. That way you don't need to log it every single day. There's another cool thing you can do with MyFitnessPal, and that is copying your meal onto the next day. So that's when you have your meal, for example, your breakfast, you then tap on the 3 dots and select copy meal, and you just choose tomorrow. That's it. You can do the same with lunch, dinner, and snacks. When we count calories, we must keep that whole thing mentally healthy. And a healthy way to track your calories is to pay attention to your weekly average rather than trying to hit an exact number of calories every single day. Tracking calories realistically is critical to your consistency and your mental health. On some day you will be hungrier, on other days you won't be as hungry. So it's not like you have to hit 1,600 calories every day. It's important that you create a range. Say 1,500 calories and 1,800 calories is the range where you can move up and down in if you want to lose an X amount of weight per week. Now, this also means that one day of going over that range doesn't mean that you failed in your efforts. As I said, we want to look at your daily average. To do this, select the Diary tab, then scroll down to the bottom and tap Nutrition, where you can choose between calories, nutrients, and macros. Here, you'll see your calorie and macronutrient distribution for the day and for the week. To see your average calories for the week, tap Day View and switch to Week View. You'll see a helpful graph showing your calorie consumption for each day and which of your meals are the highest in calories. Now, when you go to calories, scroll down until you find the daily average, and that is the number that you want to look at the end of each week. By focusing on your weekly average, you can get a more balanced perspective on your calorie tracking progress. Because you see, even though I went over my calorie limit on Saturday and consumed 2,500 calories, I'm still within my range. I don't feel devastated because I think I screwed up. That's a missing feature in MyFitnessPal, by the way. I wish I could focus on a range instead of a specific number. But okay, we know the range, we stay within the range. Most of us gain weight because of mindless, unhealthy food choices. Our ultimate goal is not just to lose weight by counting calories, but to reach a point where we effortlessly make mindless, healthy food choices, and that without the need for an app or a kitchen scale. Calorie counting serves as a bridge between those two behaviors. The goal is to use tracking as a tool for knowledge and balance. It should not dictate your emotions and your overall well-being. That being said, I hope this video is valuable and is helpful for your weight loss journey. If so, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more informative content like this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.